What's going on, all you wild, crazy clowns out there? Your favorite uncle's back here for Cinephellas and more 31 Days of Horror. And tonight we're going to be diving into the third installment in the Terrifier franchise, Terrifier 3, written and directed by Damien Leone. Of course, all the fellas here are really huge fans of this franchise thus far. All very excited for the third installment and with Christmas time with Art the Clown. Before we get into that, I'm Logan Myers. Those are my good mates over there.
Kevin?
And I'm Henry. And let's get into it, shall we? It's our review of Damien Leone's Terrifier 3. What'd you guys think of the Christmas theme? Did you like it being around the holidays? I dug it quite a bit.
I
Yeah.
dug it. Yeah, I definitely dug it. I only watched maybe one trailer for this film and went in with pretty much fresh eyes. I know you guys saw it before me. I just saw it a few days ago, but I really liked the Christmas vibe to it, from the get-go of the film with Art the Clown showing up at a house and things don't end very good for the family, including the kids.
So overall, I like this movie a lot. It was definitely gory. It was a lot of fun to see this in a big audience. For those of you out there who want to see it, go on a Friday night, go on a Saturday night, because that is where this movie really gets good. I love both the performances of Art, who was played by
And Howard Thornton.
yes, thank you. I thought he's a silent film star, basically a sadistic, gruesomely killer silent film star. And there were a couple parts that made me really laugh out loud, especially when the couple in the shower were talking about him, and he's like, and the girl's like, "Oh, he's like the most sadistic serial killer since Jack the Ripper." Arthur Crown kind of does something like this. She's like, "Oh no, you're being too sweet." But then he turns it on and he becomes really crazy, and it's a great performance. And I also want to say, Sienna, played by Laura Lavara. I know this is a Terrifier movie. You're going into it for blood, gore, but I kind of thought she gave a really good dramatic weight to the character. She was obviously traumatized by the last events of the last film, and I thought she really showed that very well. She had the aura of like a ticking time bomb the entire movie. Even when they were trying to spend the holidays together, you could just see it behind her eyes, and it comes out. And then, of course, when she goes one on one with Art, she kicks ass. She's a great final girl. And how about you guys? What you think?
Yeah, I loved Lauren Lavera as Sienna. Her returning to this character, the trauma she's dealing with, surviving her and her brother Jonathan, and where she's at with her life, and meeting up with her family during the holidays. Reforming this bond. I thought was really interesting and added some layers to the story for sure, like the family dynamic, what they're going through, all the traumas and trying to get through to the holidays, some of us can relate to. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then, of course, all Art the Clown just wreaking havoc, killing people in this movie in the most brutal way. And Uncle Henry warned me to bring my barf bag because it was some pretty disgusting scenes in this film. I don't have a weak stomach. I love horror. I love gore and all that. But a few scenes were a bit too much for me, which I also appreciated seeing that on the big screen.
Yes, this is definitely a movie that's great with an audience. And I'm glad that it was so popular and, went to number one over the weekend. That's phenomenal. For a
Yeah.
$5 million movie, it made like three times its budget in the first weekend. And, going on, it's been successful in week two. Here it's number two, just behind Smile. So a big success, obviously. And Damien Leone had a bigger budget to play with. And you could tell that was all up on the screen. It looked like he's more comfortable directing, like he was able to, spend time with these characters and mainly focus on obviously Art and the demon that is Art. We really get into the mythology and like what Art's all about and how he was able to come back alive, obviously, from the last one. He was killed seemingly in part two, but here we are in the third one and he's back, and we get more into that and a pretty gnarly introduction to how he reforms basically. And he also has a partner in crime in this, which is really cool too. But you guys were talking about Sienna, Lauren Lavera. She is a great final girl, and this movie really solidifies that. I really enjoyed her performance in this, and I love that backstory that we got in the flashback scenes with Jason Patrick as her dad, kind of giving her that like armor and she's kind of a badass and giving her that power, kind of making her almost a superhero in this franchise and somebody that could logically and realistically be able to take on this demon.
I did not connect that. That is Jason Patrick. That is Jason Patrick. Holy shit.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just watched Lost Boys recently twice. Introduced my son to that movie. And I'm like, hell yeah, him showing up in this alongside other actors, actresses famous in the horror genre
Yeah.
showing up along the way. But yeah,
Yeah.
Jason Patrick, I thought he was cool as the dad.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
liked
He was cool. He gave Sienna more of a backstory, and we got to find out more about her. And like I mentioned, he was an artist. And when he gave her that picture, and he basically told her, you don't have to be afraid of anything. You're a superhero to me. And that kind of carried throughout her film, especially with what ended up happening to her brother towards the end of the film, and her going like toe to toe with art. But yeah, again, like you guys said, the body count in this film, they do not skimp out on the body count, the horror. Kids are killed, although Damien Leone says the only thing he pretty much won't do is kill the kids on screen, but you still see their body parts in their aftermath, and we see some really brutal kills in here, like ones that had me like, clenching my teeth and wanting to turn away. Stomach churning stuff here, but that's what we all wanted. That's what we all hoping for. And they definitely delivered that.
Yeah, I was like got confused a few times in the movie just because I haven't watched the second one in like 2 years, so I forgot a lot of stuff. So it was my own fault. I should revisit that. But yeah, just watching this movie, they went bigger in this for sure. With the bigger budget, body count, gore, everything. Set designs. I love the whole Christmas backdrop. I love him as the shopping mall Santa as well. That whole scene is crazy and ridiculous, and yeah, just all
Yeah.
the people that show up in this movie was really fun too. At the same time, Chris Jericho, of course, wrestler, showing up. Clint Howard, Dan Roebuck in the bar scene. I really love that part. Tom
Yes.
Savini.
Yes.
Yeah, they're interviewing him in the film,
Yeah.
and John Abrahams, Jason Patrick. Yeah, there's a bunch of people that showed up. I love all their characters that go toe to toe with Art the Clown.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't think the kill, obviously, as you said, they get killed off screen, but I didn't think anything here was really that crazy because they were kind of hyping this thing up, saying like, oh, it's going to be, you're going to walk out of the theater. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just a crazy psycho, but I didn't think it was that bad. It fit within the theme of the movie. You know what you're getting when you walk in the
Right.
Terrifier.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not going in for an Oscar award winning performance. You're
Yeah.
just going in for this demon clown and just see all the gruesome brutality and kill scenes. And that's exactly what you get. And that's why I love Damien Leone. We interviewed him a few years ago. Doesn't give a fuck. He makes whatever he wants. And this is the final product here with Terrifier 3. I had a great time at the movie theater. There's only 4 people in my screening, so not many people, but it was probably one of the loudest movies I've ever been to. I don't know why, but even the trailers in that theater is just like super loud. So my ears are ringing coming out of the theater. But yeah, it was pretty bizarre. But yeah, great flick. Great movie to watch during 31 Days of Horror Halloween season. If you're looking for some brutal stuff, bring your barf bag and definitely check out Terrifier 3. Worth your time for sure. That being said, I'm gonna give Terrifier 3. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. Oh, the clown hair pieces.
We give this one three Lauren Lavera hair pieces. I have my written review up top here, and I'm looking forward to the next one. And he's gonna get a bigger budget, and I don't want to spoil the movie, but where they left it off, it's gonna be interesting what he does for the next one. Yeah, so three for me.
Yeah, I think I like this just a little bit more than you guys. I was, had an edible in me and it was, had fully kicked in. So I really enjoyed this and was uncomfortable, nervous, and happy all the same time. I like the original Christmas music that was in it, like, it's a Terrifier Christmas and a couple other ones. And I was thinking, this would be another like Black Christmas, horror movie to watch around Christmas time, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Terrifier 3, having another horror to watch around Christmas time. That's fantastic now. And Kev, like you mentioned before, uh, Art himself was great in this. I love the mixture of, him being hilarious and scary at the same time. He just does a great job. So David Howard Thornton, hats off to you. Hats off to Damien Leone and everybody involved in this. Lauren Lavera, and I'm going to give Terrifier 3 a 4 out of 5 Clint Howard hair pieces.
Is it your favorite one out of the trilogy?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Just with the whole vibe of it, I
Sure.
was really into it. I think probably the most solid one, as far as everything coming together. Probably two had the best creative kills, but this one, just as a whole, I just enjoyed the hell of it. It was fun.
Fun movie to watch while on edibles at the movie theater. And
Yeah,
movie you have to rewatch during the Christmas season too. Yeah, I forgot to say his sidekick was the character from the first movie. I didn't realize that. You know, I'm talking about that was all messed up. She had the shard of glass and she was
yeah.
masturbating. I was like, who is that? I couldn't didn't get the connection. So that's from the first movie. Pretty interesting. So we're interested from hearing from all you wild clowns out there. What did you like about Terrifier 3? What didn't you like about it? What's your favorite film in the franchise? Let us know in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out these wild ghouls on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news, and horror reviews.
Thank you guys for watching the terrifying trio of me, Uncle Kev, and Uncle Logan. And until the next 31 Days of Horror, cheers!